Hey, are we live? Are we live?
Anthony, are we live? I think we are. Awesome.
We are good to go. All right,
Let's
guys,
go.
welcome to episode number 91 of the Practice Acceleration podcast. If you're listening to this on the live stream inside Facebook, type in, hey, give us a like, let us know that you're there. If you're listening to this inside your car, please continue to drive. And if you're at the gym or walking your dog, please continue to enjoy listening to this show. If you want to watch it live next time, check us out on our Facebook page, or you can watch us on YouTube or even over on Instagram TV. Hello to our IGTV followers. Great to see you guys there. So today, very important episode. We are talking about why chasing referrers plain and simply sucks. Sarah, let's get started.
They really do. Chasing referrers, they do suck. And they suck your time, they suck your energy, and they suck your money.
Your life.
Your life away. Trust me, we've done them plenty of times. And I'm so glad, Tristan, that we never have to chase a referrer ever again.
Great. Our mantra is get chased, don't do the chasing. It's not just the referrers that suck, although I'll be honest with you, most of them do. It's the actual process of working with referral businesses and that whole mindset around it that really does just plain suck. So we should probably jump into like what our beliefs are as well as to why we've come up with this.
Yeah, we should probably state here that we're pro getting leads on demand.
Yes.
So if you've just tuned into this live, we're pro getting leads on demand. If you want to go out there and build referral relationships, then be our guest. But we're not your company to work with. So
no, if you want to do the donkey work, like there's two ways to get to the horizon. You can ride a donkey to the horizon, or you can get in a freaking Ferrari, and I know what I would rather be in. Both vehicles will get you there. Well, one might die on the way there. The other one will get you there in style and speed.
Exactly right. So today we're going to discuss why chasing referrers suck and what you should do instead. And we're going to go into that today in the podcast.
Yeah, let's jump into it. So I first of all want to state, I used to do this.
I've done it before too.
We've actually got some referrers trying to work with us right now, and we don't believe in referrers at all, by the way. If you are getting referrals, that's fantastic. That's the cream on the top. But the traditional model of business in healthcare, not just healthcare, but business globally. I was chatting to my financial advisor the other day, and he's like, yeah, he's so stressed out because he just driven 3 hours for a client meeting to try to win business from another referrer and didn't actually get any referrals from it. And I'm like, man, in 3 hours, I would have just basically pushed the button on some Facebook ads.
Wrote an ad, got a ton of leads on demand.
Exactly.
In probably an hour.
Yeah, correct. And I'll give you guys some examples of how you can do that yourself later on. But the traditional model, it's totally broken with chasing referrers. Here's why. It's unreliable, you don't have any control, and it's really limited. It's tied to you and your time going out there and actually pressing the flesh and actually winning referrals. Plus, your business is in the hands of someone you totally cannot control. And none of those are a recipe for scaling up a company.
Not at all. And when you do install our method, the practice acceleration method, you can really, instead of it being unpredictable, you've got predictable results coming through. And instead of having no control over your leads and your new patients, you've got total control.
Yes.
And it's unlimited. You can scale it up however far you want.
And it's not tied to you or your time. It's it's a limitless opportunity for you to do it.
And you've just got total control over your business. Yeah. And I wanted to share this with you, Tristan. I saw this post this morning.
You sent it to me when I was at coffee this morning.
I was so
really
pumped up. I screenshotted it and I sent it to you this morning. And it's because one of our clients...
This is Jennifer, I think.
Jennifer, she's an orthodontist in Canada. If you're watching this, Jennifer, type in,
Jen, how you doing? Great to see you.
Yes, you used one of our Facebook campaigns and you launched it. And overnight you had 5 leads coming through, 5 new patients for you coming through in 24 hours.
How good is that?
Jennifer makes around $7,000 per client, which is just insane. So just from that, by pushing the button overnight, running that campaign, she's going to make an extra $35,000, and that was only 24 hours in. I know you haven't even boosted it yet.
Correct.
That's just so cool.
And she's inside her first week in the program. An extra $35,000. She's more than covered our annual fees inside the program. Plus, it was a done-for-you campaign. She just kind of copy and pasted. Once I kind of exactly cut and pasted our strategy, went boom. So first of all, I want to say when I started out in physiotherapy, I didn't learn how to do the way that we just taught Jennifer how to do it with her ortho business. I had been told and I'd learnt that it's all about getting out there and building relationships. And I want to say it is still and always will be about building relationships. Mm-hmm. It's just the way that you build those relationships now is totally different. So back in the day, I would get out there and I'd be trying to chase a referrer for the opportunity. I'd look at who actually has my audience. And if you speak to any of the big JV guys and girls, like, go find people who've got your audience. I'm like, sounds really good. What they're openly saying to you is go out there and be a leech. Go out there and find someone who's got what you want and then like be a parasite upon them. It's the worst. And if you feel like you're doing that to them, they feel like you're doing that to them as well. So I used to go out there and go, look, how can I add value to general practitioners, sporting clubs, gyms? And I was always out there meeting with people to try to win business. And there was this one day where everything changed. I want to share this story. Because it's so funny because I actually wrote about this story in my book the other day. This forms part of my marketing chapter. And I'll tell you more of a funny story about that because the person involved in this story actually repeated the same story to my wife the very next day, having no knowledge I was actually writing about this in my book. Anyway.
That's crazy.
It's so funny.
So weird.
So, and Sarah's involved in this story too. So, one day, what I was doing, this is when I was actually selling one of my physiotherapy businesses. And what I had done is I had this patient and she was a practice manager for this orthopedic surgeon in our local area. Now, we get a lot of orthopedic surgeons following us, so I'm not going to obviously mention the name of this person because he's a lovely gentleman. But anyway, I'll proceed in my story. So I was working with this practice manager. Her name was Leanne, and she'd organised for me to go and meet with the surgeon that she was the practice manager for. So she was asking me to come out and have the opportunity to meet with this orthopedic surgeon. He specialised in working with the shoulder, and we worked with a lot of shoulder patients. So she thought it'd be a great connection for us to meet with him because we do a lot of rehab, and we may be able to provide the rehab services for the ortho. Anyway, so long story short, like I go out there, I bring the young physio who's actually purchasing my clinic, and I wanted to introduce him to this surgeon. So we get there, I walk in, I say hello to Leanne when I get there. I've gone to the waiting room, and I'm just ushered through to this waiting room as if I'm a patient. I've got to wait 40 minutes for a meeting, which I didn't even schedule. He'd scheduled to meet with us because let's be frank, like I wasn't getting any referrals from this guy anyway. I was already referring to them in the first place because he's a very good surgeon. So this was more of a win for him than it was for me. Plus I'm selling my business. Like it wasn't a huge win for me. Anyway, 40 minutes late, I walk into the meeting. I bring my young guy in with me to do the introduction. We sit there. He comes through, is like not particularly interested in meeting me. Certainly wasn't interested in meeting the young fellow purchasing my practice. And for the next 20 minutes, we proceed to hear about simply how good he was and why we should refer more to him. And I thought to myself, hang on, I'm already referring to you. I haven't received one referral from you in my entire life. We're here to have a human-to-human conversation about how we can both help each other, help more patients. But the whole thing was, I still remember the beginning of the story. It was like, well, guys, I should probably start by talking about my journal articles I've written.
My skills.
Yeah. Pulls out these articles he's been featured in, and I'll be honest, I actually don't care.
You don't care.
I'm not interested on any level about his articles. I'm interested in a human relationship. Anyway, so I left that meeting thinking, you know what? I'm not going to another referral meeting ever again in my life. Like this was just, I was invited out. I had to wait 40 minutes. I hear about how good the guy is for 20 minutes, and I quite frankly do not care. I'm never going to get a referral from him. And I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm cutting that guy off. Yeah. I'm not going to refer to him ever again. Like that is it. So I'm walking back to the clinic. I'm pretty disheartened. The young guy with me is about to buy my clinic is now going, oh man, Tristan, is this what it's like to grow a business? Maybe I shouldn't buy. I'm starting to freak out, going, hang on, now he's not going to buy from me. What the heck is going on? And I'm like, wow, my whole world has just been collapsed by this complete nonce of a surgeon that's just sucked the energy out of me, sucked the time out of me, and sucked the money out of me for the last hour and a half. Anyway, I get back to the clinic, and we get there, and I'm like, look at the books, and I'm like, hang on. There's been eight new patients have just booked in.
While you've been out at that meeting.
And I'm like, wow. And that was around the time that Sarah and I, 1 week earlier, had just decided this Google AdWords thing. Maybe there's something in that. And we started playing. That morning, we launched our first AdWords campaign. And we got 8 new patients from AdWords inside that hour and a half I was gone. And we spent $50. $50 for 8 new patients. I'm going to make at least $1,000 from $50 to make $8,000. All while I was talking and chasing a referrer, which was just sucking my life dry. Anyway, so that is the moment I decided I will never do a referrer ever again in my entire life. Don't get me wrong. Some referrals are amazing. I've been doing this a long time, and they're actually not. So that's my story. So let's jump into why.
Yeah, I want to hear
suck.
from people on the live as well, Tristan. If they've ever gone out and experienced one of those meetings, just type in me. If you've ever gone out to a referral meeting, experienced exactly the same as Tristan, I'm sure you probably have. We all have done it before. So just type in me. I'd love to know, and we'll circle back.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that can relate, and I want to be upfront. Like, I love orthopedic surgeons, and I do love it. Like, I'm a very social person. I'm always out and about, and I love hanging out with people. But for me, I'm like, it just doesn't feel right to be chasing business. It feels so pitchy. It's totally not me. I hope it's not you guys. If it is you guys, that's cool. Plenty of our competitors that teach you how to go and ruin your life by sitting through referral meetings and being a parasite. Go work with them, not with us.
Drives me crazy. But let's get into the top 3 reasons why chasing referrals sucks.
Yes.
And we're going to show you what you should do instead as well. And I just want to state up front again that we are pro getting leads on demand.
Yes.
If you do want to go out there and build those referral relationships,
that's cream on top. It's fine.
That's totally fine. You can be our guest, but we don't want to be part of it.
Yeah, if you're going to be a traveling salesperson, hey, go for your life.
Yeah, so I want to know, before we get into it, type in new patients if you're watching this on our live. If you want to know a better way to attract new patients on demand, where you could literally just be sitting behind your computer pushing a button, just type in new patients, and we're going to show you how to do that today as well.
Type in new patients, pop that in beneath. By the way, if you're watching right now, you're loving this, please hit the share button. So, and also the like button. How many likes do we want to get from this?
We want to get 50 likes from this episode, so guys, start hitting the like button, start hitting the share button, so we can really hit the 50 likes. Anthony said before this he wanted 50 likes, so we're going to give Anthony what he wants, guys.
Exactly. Better give Anthony what he wants, or he's going to come out there and he's going to be coming after you guys. So hit that like button, hit that share button. So reason number 1 why the referral model sucks. So what I want to be upfront. So the referrer, that person itself, they potentially don't suck, although they do. But it's the process itself that actually sucks, because we're putting in that environment, like what we're doing is we're putting ourselves into this chase and be chased model, hunt and be hunted model. It's just the absolute worst. But first of all, the first reason I hate it, and I'll never do it ever again, ever in my entire life, like to the point that we get, like I said
people
before,
come to us all the time.
When people come to us, go, hey, I'd like to refer to you. I'm like, just get out of my world. Like, I know that you wanting to, even talking to me is going to take time from me. Like, we've got someone right now, we've even got sponsors right now paying for our events, and they're just sucking so much time. I'll be better off going bing, 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 running an ad. Like, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
So we are pro controlling your own lead generation. So the reason number 1 that I don't like it is it sucks your time. The whole process takes time. So let's break it down. There's
researching people. Who am I actually going to reach out to?
Exactly.
Getting their contact details. That's the worst. Like finding their email, their phone number. Then by the time you do that, you end up getting onto probably their receptionist. Like you had to.
Yeah, we call them the bulldog. I mean the guard dog. Sorry.
Organising the call, then organising the meeting. Like you said, you went and sat in a waiting room for 40 minutes before you even got to talk to the guy.
Yeah, it was super awesome. I sat there for 40 minutes and I could have treated 2 patients at the same time, plus my young guy could have treated and helped 2 patients at the same time. So like it's basically a 1 month minimum to really the whole process, and then you get the follow up afterwards to build this relationship, and then you got to maintain it. Like it's so exhausting. So on that encounter when I went and met with that particular surgeon, for example, and that's just an example, but that is representative of referral relationships for me. Like I wasted an hour and a half of my time in there. I hadn't done any prep prior to that, so that's okay. It's only 90 minutes of my time plus my young fella's time. That's 3 hours of my time. And if you look at how much money I could have made in that time, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars that I could have earned. And instead, I'm in there getting my life ruined. Now, let's compare and contrast that to one of my other experiences. I love sport. So I used to work with many football clubs, but my last football experience, I'm still really good friends. In fact, I'm doing dinner tonight at Tony Tomatoes in North Adelaide with one of my great friends that I met through the football club. So I absolutely loved it. But anyway, so I've gained some great friends through the football club. But when I looked at all the amount of time I spent actually generating referrals from that business, I was getting paid $8 an hour. So I quite frankly would have been better off going and working at McDonald's. Plus, I probably would have got some free thick shakes or something.
Cheeseburgers.
Exactly. Instead of getting deep heat in my eye and burning all the time down at the football club, having to run around in the rain, I would have got paid more at McDonald's. And it really does suck your time right out of you. So that's number 1 reason why it sucks.
Like you said, 1 month, but that was for one relationship.
That's just one relationship.
So then you have to go out and build another one, and then another one, and another one.
It's not scalable.
It's just it's not scalable at all. So what I want to know is, guys, type in time If you've ever gone out to a referral and it's really sucked your time before, just type that into the comments.
Yes.
As we're going through.
So just as an aside, so yesterday I got this message, Michaela let me know this message came through to my inbox, which I obviously don't manage because it blows up, there's like thousands per day. And it was, hey Tristan, I've got this another really great business guy. Would you like an introduction? I think you guys should meet. And I'm like, not a chance in hell. Like, no, I do not want, I'll never give up my time. Like, it's just that
time is precious.
It's such an old model. Let's meet up and let's talk and let's waste each other's time and maybe they get a referral and maybe we can all stay stuck in the dark ages. No, thank you, not a chance,
let's meet
not
up
on
and
my
have
watch.
Coffee.
Yeah, let's make, like, when I hear coffee, I'm like, let's meet up and let me suck on your neck and drain the life out of you while I learn everything in your head and I give you nothing in return. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah. All right, let's get into number two. The second reason why chasing referrals sucks is because it sucks your energy. So first of all, it sucks your time, and now it's sucking your energy.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. I want to be clear here, though. If you are currently getting referrals, then don't just all of a sudden go after this podcast and stop doing it. Like,
keep doing
it. I'm not going to do it if you're getting it. Like we said, that's the cream on the top.
Yeah.
Maintain that relationship that you've got in place. We don't recommend this as a strategy to get new patients. It's not scalable.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
Keep doing what you're doing. If you're getting some trickle from that, that's cool. It's giving you some lifeblood,
it's
but
a bonus.
certainly I wouldn't do any more of it.
I look at it as a bonus.
Yeah.
That this really, if you got that strategy going out there, chasing referrals, it drains your energy. Think about having to chase them, the follow-up, and then just constantly finding more and more all of the time. It's just energy draining.
I'm feeling,
zapping it.
I'm feeling unwell.
Just talking about it right now is just like draining my energy. Thinking about those relationships that we used to have to go out and build back in the day in the physio clinic. And then even when we started Practice Acceleration, people coming to us, we did do some of those models going out with referrals, and it was the worst.
I'm watching this show, this just reminds me of something. I'm just going to go off track a little bit. I'm watching this show right now called What We Do in the Shadows. It's a documentary. It's a US series about these vampires living together. It's amazing. And my favourite vampire is called Colin Robinson, and he's an energy vampire. So he doesn't actually bite anyone. His job is to suck energy from people professionally. That's what your referrals will do. The energy vampires are what can they take from you?
They always want more. Even when you get what you want, they want more. Or they want to do it a different way. Or they don't want to do this part of the process. Or they don't want to do that. Hey, why aren't you giving me more referrals? You've probably heard it all before.
You give me one, I'll give you one.
You give me one, I'll give you one. If I don't give you one, why aren't you giving me one? Let's not give them one anymore. And it's just so inconsistent, the results that you're getting with your patients. So type in energy if you are currently feeling the energy drain.
Yeah, if you want a better way, if you want to be energized instead, type in energy.
We're going to give you the better way in a minute as well.
And let's keep those likes pumping up. We want to get to 50, so hit the like button, click the share button too.
Hit the like, hit the share.
Lots more people to see this.
Yes. So what's number 3?
Number 3 is it sucks money directly right out of your back pocket. So the thing is, you're always making an investment in business. You're investing either with number 1, money, like real money, or 2, time. And guess what? Time is money. So if you actually calculate the time investment and multiply that by the cost opportunity of actually doing that, you'll notice that referral relationships are actually the most expensive form of marketing that exists. But not just that, there is no guarantee of an ROI. So if we think about something which is really expensive and there's no guarantee of an ROI, what would we call that? I'd call it gambling. Yeah. But if we break this down, we actually step out of it for a second. Because I kind of I'm not a gambler, but I find the idea of going to a casino, having a cocktail, throwing some money down, dressing up in a nice suit, I find that kind of exciting because it's like, hey, there's high risk, but there's potentially high reward, right? Mm-hmm. But if you think about a referral relationship, I look at that and I go, hang on, it's hugely expensive to go into this because I'm investing in my time. It's huge. It's going to drain energy from me. And best case scenario, I'm going to get diddly squat out of it. I think, why on earth would anyone do it? There's it's all risk and no reward. It takes your time, it takes your money, it takes your energy. Why on earth are we doing it?
I have no clue. That's why.
You'd be better off gambling.
You seriously would.
At least there's some chance of a reward. Here, it's a certainty. It's going to ruin your life. Anyway, so I've got this story I wanted to share. And I know you didn't want to bring me into the podcast, but I put it on my phone. I'm kind of hitting this. So Sarah,
you hid it from me.
Yeah. So let me share this story with you. So for you guys listening right now and watching this, this is I think that with referral relationships, by the way, like I said, if you want to keep doing them, hey, be my guest. And there's a lot of people at the bottom. You'll have lots of company down there. But if you want to join the top, start listening to what we actually talk about. So we're thinking about why do people still do referrals? And so I want to share this story about the pot roast story. I'm going to read this to you guys right now. If you've heard this before, type in me. And you guys are smart and you guys are well read. But listen to this. So my best friend in high school, and is still one of the smartest people I know, one of the things that makes her so smart is her ability and willingness to ask questions and challenge assumptions. This is a good story. She used to tell me a story that I assumed was about her and her family, but she's since gone on to learn is actually quite a well-known parable. So, which we come to think. So this will prove the point to you. Okay. So, one day, here's the story. One day after school, a young girl noticed that her mum was cutting the heads off a pot roast before putting it in the oven to cook dinner. So if you've ever noticed that, type in noticed. She'd seen her mum do this many times before, but she'd never asked her mum why. So this time she stopped and she asked her mum why. Why is it she does that? And her mum replied, I don't know why I cut the ends off. It's what my mum always did. Interesting. So why? And then she said to her daughter, why don't you ask your grandma? So the mum may have said this because she didn't think she had the time to think about it, which is always a mistake. Anyway, we've always got time to think. We just think that we don't. So people don't think about what they're doing. So think about why the heck are you chasing referrals, and then immediately stop doing it. So the young girl then called her grandma on the phone and said, hey grandma, why do you cut the ends off the pot roast before cooking it? Her grandmother replied, I don't know. That's just the way my mum always cooked it. Why don't you ask her? So undeterred, sounds like this girl's got a really healthy family because everyone's still alive. It's really good. So undeterred, the girl calls her great-grandmother, probably texted her. She's probably got like super savvy tech skills going on. She was living in a nursing home, the story goes on, and she asked her the same question. Why did you cut the ends off the pot roast before cooking it? Now, I'm sure she said, hello, grandma, and she was super polite before doing that. But anyway, her grandmother replied. Her grandmother did not reply, by the way. I cut off the ends of the pot roast because that's what my mother did. Here's what she did say. She said, when I first married, we had a very small oven and the pot roast didn't fit in the oven unless I cut the ends off. That is the only reason she did it. It wasn't because it's going to make the meat juicier. So you ask yourself, why are you chasing referrals? It's because you've learnt it from somewhere else. And I learnt it from somewhere else. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to chase business. I have to build these relationships. But guess what? I'd rather be on here right now, sharing amazing content with you guys, reaching way more people, and doing something I love than out there chasing business. The world has changed. It has always been about relationships, and it always will be. But the way we create those relationships is not about onesie-twosie getting out there and chasing business. There is a much better way. In fact, I haven't had a referral meeting in I don't know how many years, but a lot of years. And whenever a referrer comes near me, I'm like, hey, I've got a really great idea. If you want to learn about my stuff, go check us out online. And when you're ready to do business, book a time with my assistant and don't come near me ever, and let's just do lots of great stuff together. That's the power. That's in a summary, right? My time is not for sale. Right? So what should you do instead? You should create predictable marketing systems, utilize online marketing, utilize the power of social media and video, get your message out there. So when we do this, like we talked about Jennifer before, she got 5 new orthodontic patients overnight. They pay $7,000 each. Yeah. And that's in her first week with us. We consistently generate an extra 20 to 40 new patients per month on autopilot for our clients using our marketing systems. If you want to get more new patients that way,
type in new patients.
Just so we know. If you want to get an extra 20 or 40 new patients per month, in addition to what you're doing right now, in an entirely different way that gives you more money, more energy, more time, then type in new patients right now, because that's what we are all about.
Predictable, scalable marketing.
100%. By the way, click that like button. Anthony is watching and he said to us, like, guys, you've got to get 50 likes on this vid, so we're going to make sure, darn sure that we do that. In order to do that, also click the share button, and when you share it, like maybe send some messages out to some friends and say, hey, you should really listen to Sarah and Tristan, they got some cool stuff going on, and make sure you like their vids.
Just type in new patients. If you want to learn the way to get predictable new patients every single month. It's the results out there. Our clients are getting 20, 30, 40 new patients per month while sitting behind their computer, probably drinking a coffee, having a whole lot of fun, not going out to those meetings and chasing referrers, having unpredictable results. So let's summarize what we've touched on today. summarize why chasing referrers really does suck. And the first reason it sucks your time, it sucks your energy, it's energy draining, and then finally it sucks your money as well, out of your pocket, right out of your pocket.
It's kind of three valuable things, you know, time, energy, money. It reminds me, like, just as an aside too, I was invited to play golf the other day with my financial advisor, which I really appreciate. I really like him.
He might be watching this.
Yeah, hey Michael, how you doing? But he was like, hey, let's go play golf because there's someone I want you to meet. And I'm like, oh, hang on, I like playing golf with you, but no, I'm not going to go play golf and talk business because it's sucking from my throat. Like, it's just not going to happen. If someone wants to do business with me, jump in my funnel and then we can chat later.
Go through our funnel.
Yeah, I'm just not giving up time.
Go through our content, understand what we do, what we stand for. Otherwise, you're just going into a meeting. No one has a clue who you are.
I'm not going to pitch. I'm not giving up time, not giving up energy.
You
not
look
going to happen.
salesy. It sucks.
I love golf. I'm terrible at it. And I love hanging out with friends. I do not give up time to hang out with people that want me to pitch. Like, hey, if they don't know that they don't know that we've got the goods, they need to research us more. Let's not waste each other's time, right? So guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you've found a ton of value from this. Like, we are polarizing with our view on this. If you want to go chase referrals, go for your life. That's totally fine. But we're not the people for you. Like, we like to help people to actually grow meaningful, sustainable, predictable, profitable businesses that genuinely help patients in a way which enables you to have an amazing life at the same time. So listen up. Right now, I've got space for five healthcare businesses to use our marketing systems inside the next 30 days to pack your practice with at least 20 to 30 new patients. Here's what you're going to get. They need the Facebook, Google systems, email systems, text message, and video marketing systems all done for you, ready for you to just push the button and implement directly into your business. This is the exact system that we reference all the time. We use this personally for our business.
Jennifer, our clients, everyone in our program uses it.
Exactly. This is how they're getting 20 to 40 new patients per month on autopilot. So here's the thing. In order to qualify, you must have the capacity to take on an extra 20 to 40 new patients inside the next 30 days. Because if you don't, it's kind of no point, because that's exactly what this is going to do for you. It's also not for startups. It's for people that are doing $20,000 per month Australian or more in revenue. And you also need to have a team that can actually see these patients. Because we don't want you seeing them and becoming the bottleneck. We want your team to see them so we actually grow your company. So if you want an extra 20 to 40 new patients per month, you're at $20,000 per month or more right now, and you've got a team, then this is for you. It's for the first five businesses spots. Only.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a code word in a moment. What's going to happen? Once you pump that code word in here, we're going to PM you with next steps and tell you what it's about, organize a conversation. And if you like the opportunity, then we can talk about doing it together, right? But it's for 5 people only, and it's for the first 5. What should they do?
Type in hell yes.
Hell yes. Freaking yes. Hell yes.
Hell yes. Type that in, and it's for 5 spots only that we have, and you have Anthony reach out to you and chat back with you and see if this is a really good fit for you.
100%. So guys, thank you so much for watching and for listening. Thank you to our
Please
IGTV
like
viewers.
And share it as well.
100%.
This has been a whole heap of fun.
Yeah, we're going to wrap things up. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for this, and we're going to see you in next week's episode. Bye for now.
Bye guys.